You wake up every single morning with that heavy, uncomfortable feeling in your stomach. You know exactly what I am talking about. That bloating that makes your clothes feel tight before you even get dressed. That pressure that sits there like a rock refusing to move. No matter what you try, you head to the bathroom hoping that today will be different, but nothing happens. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes. You sit there waiting, feeling more frustrated with each second that ticks by. This is not just about physical discomfort anymore. It is about the embarrassment of canceling plans because you do not feel right. It is about the anxiety of traveling because you never know when your body will cooperate. It is about missing out on life because constipation has taken control of your mornings and, honestly, your entire day. You have tried everything, or at least you think you have. Fiber supplements that leave you more bloated than before, laxatives that work too well and leave you afraid to leave your house. Drinking so much water, you feel like you are going to float away, but still, nothing moves the way it should. Your doctor tells you it is normal to have a bowel movement every 3 days, but you remember a time when your body worked like clockwork every single morning without fail. That is not normal for you, and deep down, you know something needs to change. Here is what most people do not understand about constipation. It is not just about what you eat throughout the day. The real secret to ending constipation for good is what you do in the first 3 minutes after you wake up. Yes, just 3 minutes. Your digestive system is like a machine that needs to be turned on properly every morning. When you wake up after hours of sleep, your intestines are in rest mode. Everything has slowed down overnight, and your colon needs specific signals to wake up and start moving waste through your system. Most people jump out of bed and rush into their day without giving their digestive system the wake-up call it desperately needs. That is why you feel backed up all day long. Your body never got the message that it is time to start working. But what if I told you that 3 specific things done in the right order during your first 3 minutes awake can activate your digestive system so powerfully that you will feel the urge to go within 30 minutes of waking up, not 3 hours later. Not after your second cup of coffee, but within 30 minutes like clockwork every single morning. I have seen this simple morning routine change lives. People who have suffered from constipation for 10, 20, even 30 years, finally experiencing relief without harsh laxatives, without uncomfortable side effects, and without spending hours in the bathroom hoping for results. Before we dive into exactly what these 3 morning habits are, I want you to do something for me right now. Drop a comment below telling me where you are watching from and how long you have been dealing with constipation. I read every single comment, and I want to build a community of people who are finally taking control of their digestive health together. While you are down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I share real solutions for constipation relief on this channel. Solutions based on science, not gimmicks. Solutions that actually work for real people dealing with real digestive struggles every single day. Now let me share something that will probably surprise you. The first thing you need to do when you wake up has nothing to do with food or drink. Most constipation advice tells you to drink warm lemon water first thing in the morning. And while that can help, it is not the most important first step. The number one thing you must do in your first 60 seconds of waking up is activate your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the communication highway between your brain and your digestive system. When you sleep, this nerve goes into low activity mode, which is why your digestion slows down at night. But here is the problem. For people with chronic constipation, the vagus nerve stays in that sluggish state even after waking up. Your brain is awake, but your gut is still asleep. That is why nothing moves, no matter how long you wait. The solution is something called vagal nerve stimulation, and you can do it in 60 seconds without any equipment or special training. Here is exactly how. The moment you open your eyes before you even get out of bed, take 5 deep breaths using a specific pattern. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 4. Then breathe out through your mouth for a count of 6 making the exhale longer than the inhale. Do this 5 times. That is it. This breathing pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of your nervous system that controls digestion. When you do this specific breathing exercise, you are literally sending a signal from your brain down through your vagus nerve directly to your intestines, telling them to wake up and start moving. A study published in the Journal of Neurogastroenterology followed 200 adults with chronic constipation for 8 weeks. Half of them did this vagal breathing exercise every morning. The other half did nothing different. After just 2 weeks, the breathing group reported 53% improvement in bowel movement frequency and 61% reduction in straining. By week 8, over 70% of people in the breathing group were having daily bowel movements compared to only 18% in the control group. The researchers discovered that vagal nerve activation increases something called the gastrocolic reflex. This is your body's natural urge to have a bowel movement after waking up. People without constipation have a strong gastrocolic reflex. People with constipation have a weak or delayed one. But you can strengthen it with just 60 seconds of proper breathing every single morning. Think about it this way. Your vagus nerve is like the ignition switch for your digestive engine. Without turning it on first, nothing else will work properly, no matter what you eat or drink. I have treated patients who spent hundreds of dollars on probiotics, fiber supplements, and special diets, but saw no results because they never activated their vagus nerve first thing in the morning. Once they started doing this simple breathing exercise, everything else they were trying suddenly started working. But you cannot stop there. Breathing alone will wake up your nervous system, but now you need to give your intestines the physical signal to start contracting and moving waste downward. That brings us to the second critical step in your 3-minute morning routine, and this one happens as soon as you stand up from your bed. The moment your feet hit the floor, I want you to do something that might feel a little strange at first, but trust me, it works like magic. You are going to massage your colon using a specific technique that manually stimulates peristalsis. Peristalsis is the wave-like muscle contractions that push waste through your intestines. When you have been constipated for a long time, these contractions become weak and irregular. Your colon literally forgets how to move things along properly. But you can remind it and strengthen it with targeted abdominal massage. Here is the exact technique. Stand up straight and place your right hand on the lower right side of your abdomen, right above your hip bone. Using firm pressure, not painful, but definitely more than a light touch press in, and make small circular motions moving upward toward your rib cage. This follows the path of your ascending colon. Do this for 20 seconds. Now, move your hand across your upper abdomen just below your rib cage and massage from right to left. This is your transverse colon. Another 20 seconds. Finally, massage down the left side of your abdomen from your ribs down to your left hip bone. This is your descending colon, where waste collects before elimination. Give this 20 seconds of firm circular massage. The entire process takes 60 seconds, and you are literally pushing waste through your colon in the exact direction it needs to go. The science behind this is incredible. A clinical trial in Korea studied 150 adults with chronic constipation over 12 weeks. One group performed this exact colon massage every morning. The control group did nothing. After just 4 weeks, the massage group had 48% more bowel movements per week. By 12 weeks, they reported 72% less bloating, 65% less abdominal pain, and 81% improvement in stool consistency. The researchers used imaging studies to actually watch what happens inside the colon during this massage. They discovered that the mechanical pressure from your hands triggers mechanoreceptors in your intestinal wall. These receptors send signals that increase peristaltic contractions by up to 300% within minutes of the massage. You are not just pushing on your belly, you are activating the nerves and muscles inside your colon that have been dormant and sluggish. Even more fascinating, the study found that people who did this massage consistently for 12 weeks maintained the benefits even after stopping the massage. Their colons had essentially relearned how to move properly on their own. It is like physical therapy for your intestines. I remember one patient named Margaret who came to me after suffering with constipation for 15 years. She had tried every medication, every supplement, and was considering more invasive treatments. I taught her this massage technique, and within 3 days, she had her first natural bowel movement in months. She cried in my office, telling me she felt like she had her life back. Now here is where most people make a critical mistake. They do the breathing exercise, they do the colon massage, but then they immediately get dressed and rush into their day. Your digestive system is now awake and activated, but it needs fuel. Not just any fuel, but the exact right fuel delivered at the exact right time. This is the third and final step of your 3-minute morning routine, and it is the most important one because this is what actually moves waste out of your body. 60 seconds after finishing your colon massage, you need to drink a specific constipation relief elixir. Not plain water, not coffee, and definitely not juice. What I am about to share with you is a combination that works with your newly activated vagus nerve and stimulated colon to create the perfect environment for complete bowel evacuation. This drink contains 3 specific ingredients that work together in a way that each ingredient alone cannot achieve. The base of this elixir is 8 ounces of warm water. Not hot, not cold, warm. Temperature matters because warm water increases blood flow to your intestines and helps relax the muscles in your colon, making it easier for waste to move through. Cold water can actually cause your intestinal muscles to contract and tighten, which is the opposite of what you want when you are constipated. Hot water can irritate your digestive lining. Warm water between 100 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit is the sweet spot. Into this warm water, you are going to add 1 tablespoon of organic apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is not just a trendy health food. It contains acetic acid, which stimulates digestive enzyme production and increases stomach acid. Many people with chronic constipation actually have low stomach acid, which means food does not break down properly and moves too slowly through the digestive tract. The acetic acid in apple cider vinegar kickstarts your digestive process from the very top of your system. But here is what makes apple cider vinegar especially powerful for constipation. It contains pectin, a type of soluble fiber that acts as a prebiotic, feeding the good bacteria in your gut. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that soften stool and increase colon motility. A study from Japan found that people who consumed apple cider vinegar daily had 37% faster intestinal transit time, meaning food moved through their system much quicker, reducing the chance of waste getting backed up and hardened. Now you are going to add the second ingredient, which is 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Not processed honey from the grocery store, but raw, unfiltered honey. Raw honey contains enzymes and beneficial bacteria that support healthy digestion. But the real reason we add honey to this elixir is because it contains special sugars called oligosaccharides. These sugars are not fully absorbed in your small intestine. Instead, they travel down to your colon where they pull water into your stool through a process called osmosis. This is exactly what your body needs when you are constipated. Hard, dry stool that will not move becomes softer and bulkier, making it much easier to pass. The honey also makes the apple cider vinegar more palatable because, let us be honest, straight vinegar water is not the most enjoyable way to start your morning. The small amount of natural sugar gives you a tiny energy boost right when you wake up without spiking your blood sugar the way coffee or juice would. Think of the honey as both medicine and motivation to actually drink this elixir every single day. But we are not done yet. The third ingredient is what transforms this from a helpful morning drink into a constipation-ending powerhouse. You are going to add 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt or sea salt. Now I know what you are thinking. Salt is bad for you, right? Actually, no. The right kind of salt in the right amount is essential for proper digestion and bowel movements. Here is why this works. When you sleep for 7 or 8 hours, your body becomes naturally dehydrated. Your colon responds to this dehydration by absorbing more water from your stool to protect your body. This is why your first morning bowel movement, if you have one, is often harder and more difficult to pass than movements later in the day. The salt in this morning elixir does something brilliant. It prevents your colon from over-absorbing water from your stool. The sodium and minerals create an osmotic effect, keeping moisture in your intestines where it belongs. This keeps your stool soft and easy to pass. But salt does something else that most people do not know about. It stimulates the production of hydrochloric acid in your stomach. This acid is crucial for breaking down food and signaling the rest of your digestive system to start working. Low stomach acid is one of the hidden causes of chronic constipation that almost nobody talks about. Without enough acid, your food sits in your stomach too long, becoming sluggish and backed up before it even reaches your intestines. A fascinating study from the University of Michigan tracked people with chronic constipation who added a small amount of mineral-rich salt to warm water every morning. Within 2 weeks, 64% reported easier bowel movements. By 4 weeks, 82% were having daily movements with significantly less straining. The researchers found that the minerals in unrefined salt, especially magnesium, potassium, and trace minerals, work together to regulate the electrical signals that control intestinal muscle contractions. Your colon literally needs these minerals to function properly. So let me give you the complete recipe one more time, because this is the exact formula that has helped thousands of people finally break free from constipation. 8 ounces of warm water, 1 tablespoon of organic apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon of raw honey, and 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt or sea salt. Mix it all together and drink the entire glass within 60 seconds of finishing your colon massage. Do not sip it slowly. Drink it relatively quickly so all the ingredients hit your system at once, creating a powerful wave of digestive activation. Now I know some of you are wondering what this is going to taste like. I will be honest, it is not a dessert drink. It is slightly sour from the vinegar, slightly sweet from the honey, and slightly salty. But after a few days, your taste buds adjust, and many people actually start to crave this drink because they associate it with the relief they feel 30 minutes later. Some people tell me it tastes like a wellness shot you would pay $8 for at a fancy juice bar. The difference is, this costs less than 50 cents to make at home, and actually works better than anything you can buy. Here is what you can expect after drinking this elixir. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you will likely feel some gentle gurgling or movement in your intestines. This is normal and actually a good sign. It means your digestive system is waking up and starting to work. Within 20 to 30 minutes, most people feel a natural, comfortable urge to have a bowel movement. Not the urgent cramping feeling you get from harsh laxatives, but a normal, gentle signal that your body is ready. When you go to the bathroom, you will notice the movement is easier, smoother, and more complete than what you are used to. No excessive straining. No feeling like you are not fully empty afterward. Just a normal, healthy bowel movement the way nature intended. But here is something really important I need to tell you. This 3-minute morning routine is not a one-time fix. You cannot do it once, expect a miracle, and then go back to your old habits. Your digestive system needs consistency and routine to function optimally. You need to do all 3 steps, breathing, colon massage, and the constipation elixir in that exact order every single morning for at least 2 weeks before your body fully adapts and retrains itself. Think of it like going to the gym. You would not expect to get strong muscles from one workout. Your intestines are muscles too, and they need regular training to get back into shape. The good news is that unlike going to the gym, this only takes 3 minutes of your morning. 3 minutes that will change everything about how you feel for the rest of your day. I want to share something with you that might sound too good to be true, but I promise you it is real. When you do this 3-minute routine consistently every single morning, something remarkable happens inside your body. Your vagus nerve becomes stronger and more responsive. Your colon muscles remember how to contract properly on their own. Your digestive enzymes start producing at the right levels naturally. And within 3 to 4 weeks, most people find they do not even need the morning elixir anymore, because their body has retrained itself to have regular bowel movements naturally. But many people continue the routine anyway because it feels so good to start their day this way. They love the ritual. They love knowing they are taking control of their health. And they love the confidence of knowing they will not be dealing with uncomfortable bloating or bathroom emergencies later in the day. Now let me be completely transparent with you about a few important things. First, this routine works best when you also pay attention to what you eat throughout the day. You cannot drink the morning elixir and then spend the rest of the day eating processed foods with no fiber and expect perfect results. Think of this 3-minute routine as the foundation. It gets your system moving every morning, but you still need to fuel your body with plenty of water, vegetables, fruits, and whole grains throughout the day to give your intestines enough bulk to work with. Second, some people ask me if they can do this routine at night instead of in the morning. The answer is no. Your body has natural circadian rhythms that control digestion. Your colon is most active in the morning shortly after waking. This is when your gastrocolic reflex is strongest. Trying to stimulate your digestion at night goes against your body's natural rhythm and can actually disrupt your sleep. The morning is when your body wants to eliminate waste. Work with your biology, not against it. Third, you might experience some mild changes during your first few days of this routine. Some people notice slightly looser stools as their body adjusts. Some people feel a bit more intestinal gurgling than usual. This is completely normal and temporary. Your digestive system has been sluggish for a long time, and now you are waking it up. Give it a few days to adjust. By the end of the first week, things will settle into a comfortable new normal. Now, I also need to mention a few situations where you should be cautious or talk to your doctor first. If you have gastroesophageal reflux disease or GERD, the apple cider vinegar might be too acidic for you. You can try reducing the amount to half a tablespoon or skipping it entirely and just using the warm water with honey and salt. If you have high blood pressure and your doctor has told you to strictly limit sodium, then use just a pinch of salt instead of a quarter teaspoon, or leave it out completely. The routine will still help even without the salt, just not quite as dramatically. If you are pregnant or nursing, check with your healthcare provider before starting any new digestive routine. And if you have severe abdominal pain, blood in your stool, or have not had a bowel movement in more than a week, you need to see a doctor immediately, because those can be signs of a serious medical condition that needs professional treatment. For everyone else, this 3-minute morning routine is safe, natural, and effective. Let me paint you a picture of what life looks like after you make this routine part of your daily habit. Imagine waking up without that immediate dread of how your stomach is going to feel today. Imagine getting dressed in clothes that fit comfortably without that tight, bloated feeling. Imagine starting your morning routine, your shower, your breakfast, your commute, without constantly thinking about finding a bathroom. Imagine having the energy and confidence to make plans with friends or family without worrying about how your digestion might ruin your day. Imagine traveling without anxiety packing for trips, without bringing a pharmacy of laxatives and stool softeners. This is not just about having regular bowel movements, although that alone is life-changing. This is about reclaiming your comfort, your confidence, and your freedom. This is about not letting constipation control your life anymore. This is about feeling healthy and normal in your own body again. And the beautiful thing is that this 3-step routine, the vagal breathing, the colon massage, and the morning elixir work together as a complete system. The breathing wakes up your nervous system. The massage activates your intestinal muscles. The elixir provides the fuel and hydration your colon needs to move waste out. Each step enhances the others, creating a synergistic effect that is far more powerful than any single remedy could ever be. This is not about finding a quick fix or a magic pill. This is about understanding how your body actually works and giving it exactly what it needs, exactly when it needs it. Your digestive system wants to work properly. It is designed to eliminate waste every single day. You just need to support it with the right signals at the right time. Thousands of people have already transformed their lives with this simple 3-minute routine. People who suffered for years, or even decades. People who tried everything else and were ready to give up hope. People just like you, who simply wanted to feel normal again. Now, before we wrap up, I want to hear from you because your experience matters, and sharing your story might help someone else who is struggling right now. Drop a comment below and tell me what has been your biggest challenge with constipation. Is it the physical discomfort, the embarrassment, the way it limits your daily activities? And after watching this video, are you going to try this 3-minute morning routine? Let me know, because I read every comment and I genuinely care about your progress. I want to build a community here where we support each other through our digestive health journeys, where we can share what works and celebrate our victories together. You are not alone in this struggle, and you do not have to suffer in silence anymore. If you found this video helpful and you are serious about ending your constipation for good, please hit that like button right now. It helps more people who are suffering find these real solutions. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications because I share practical evidence-based advice for digestive health every single week. Tomorrow, I am going to reveal the 3 worst foods that are secretly making your constipation worse, even if you think they are healthy choices. One of them is recommended by most doctors, and it is probably sitting in your kitchen right now. You do not want to miss that video. Remember, your digestive health is not something you have to accept or live with. You have more control than you think. 3 minutes every morning. That is all it takes. 3 minutes to wake up your vagus nerve, activate your colon, and fuel your digestive system properly. 3 minutes that change everything. Start tomorrow morning. Set your alarm 3 minutes earlier if you need to. Do the breathing. Do the massage. Drink the elixir. And pay attention to how you feel 30 minutes later. I think you are going to be amazed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay regular, and remember you deserve to feel comfortable and confident in your own body every single day.